All right, what's going on, guys? Another continuation of building your own backlink series. And today we're going to touch on how you can build your own niche edits or guest posts. Some people may think it's relatively straightforward. You probably think you're cutting out the middleman, but it's a lot of work. I see the emails back and forth, but first, we'll get to that in a second. Let's get on that creatine first. Here we go. As you can see, guys, I'm in the countryside of of Australia. It's great. It's just near Brisbane. Here we go. All right, let's go. All right, so yesterday we did about $11,049. Amazon at about $62.42. Mediavine at $36.57. FanFuel and Cell Health, very odd, at $60, and OnlyFans about $1,090. Down a bit, but not too worried. Overall, we're still good. There is a Google update happening. I can confirm, even if Google says there isn't. Seeing some shakeup in our sites. Generally, I would say our revenue is going to end up flat. But it's looking okay for some of my sites. So Far and Away was hit. And before you losers come after me about, oh, look, Jackie's sites are hit. Bro, my hit sites probably still do way more revenue than your sites that are on the come up. All right, just keep that in mind. But yeah, let's take a look at how Amazon and Levanta are doing. All right, so yesterday, ordered revenue was at about 115.6K. How I got to the final number, as always, I multiplied that by 54. But as yesterday's calculation came to be, it's actually closer to 55, but it's all right. We can underreport. And Levanta's coming in clutch. I think yesterday we did about 976. Clicks are pretty steady. I'm pretty happy with how this is going. We're still adding on more products from Levanta onto our site. But yeah, let's talk about how niche edits and guest posts work. All right, guys, before we get started on the niche edits and guest posts, let's give a couple quick shout outs. Number one, sign up for the Advise community. Shit's popping in there. We're getting probably averaging 30 to 40 messages a day. It's pretty crazy. I think when we first started a year ago, it was probably at one message a day. So yeah, it's pretty active in there. Number two, guys, I'm doing a live stream on Saturday morning Australia time. So that's probably Friday evening Eastern. So right before you get off work, if you guys are at work. I'm sure you don't want to spend Friday with me, but if you guys aren't doing anything better, might as well improve your SEO knowledge and just ask me some questions. And lastly, if you guys want this document, it includes some outreach email templates. Sign up for the first link in the description. You'll also be signed up for my newsletter, so I'll start spamming you. But no, seriously, if you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get exclusive deals to certain SEO tools, link building providers, so on and so forth. But and you get industry news twice a week. Pretty sick. Anyways, so on to niche edits and guest posts. What are niche edits? First, let's define them. Niche edits are pretty much where you ask blog owners, for a link on an existing post. For example, something like 3 years before. They're pretty open to editing your link in because why not? No one's reading those articles. And Google sees it links placed on an aged post is probably better than a fresh post. But that might not be true. That's just the thesis behind niche edits. But niche edits is something we provide as well as a service. So I'm probably cannibalizing my own service with this video, but it's fine. Let's talk about guest posts. Guest posts is pretty much where you ask the blog owners if you can post your article that you write either by hand or with AI on their blog. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And typically it includes links to your own site and for SEO purposes. All right. So there's a couple ways you can do it. First off, you can probably just search for example, if you have a tech blog that you're trying to build links for, you can just search like technology keywords and then in quotations like write for us and then or guest posts, and you can find sites that accept guest posts or niche edits that way. But I highly recommend, if you're going to try to do this at scale and you value your time to some degree, I would highly recommend using like Pitchbox, BuzzStream, Ninja Outreach, or Responna as like software, because they scrape these sites at scale and then you just do outreach at scale as well. They're not cheap. I think they're anywhere from like $100 to $300 a month. But if you're trying to do this right, that's probably the best way to do it. But let's talk about the outreach, the actual outreach. So I like to keep it short and simple. If you guys have received an outreach email from me, I'm sorry, but yeah, we got to build links, all right? So subject line, always, as always, I like to use quick question. You can say quick question about domain.com, for example, indexy.com, or quick question about domain. So quick question about indexy. And I like to do hi first name or hi there. I will keep this short. We're a link building agency and we're interested in a paid guest post on your site. Could you please send over wholesale pricing? Best. That's it. And you'll notice a couple of things. One, I don't even ask about niche edits, and that's on purpose. So let's talk about the negotiation workflow. Number one, you ask for guest post pricing, and then after they come back, they'll be like, oh, maybe $100. Then you ask for the niche edit pricing. It's like, what about, so they'll give you $100 quote and you'll say, hey, what about editing a link on a blog post that no one's reading from 3 years ago, a niche edit. And typically they'll go lower. Then after they get you your price, for example, if guest post is $100, niche edit is $50, then you ask if you can, hey, unfortunately, I don't have budget for $50. Can I get it for 10? Shit like that. And then they'll be like, no, fuck off. Or they'll come down a bit. And you just do the back and forth negotiation. Obviously, we do this with a team of VAs. But yeah, you should have like a target price in mind and be ready to walk away in case they play hardball. And if you really want the link, then you just pay what they're asking. It saves everyone a lot of time. But if you're doing it with VAs, then why not? Couple quick growth hacks about guest posts. What I like to do is actually, for example, if my target article is like indexy.com/bestvpn Canada, what I like to do is I like to build guest posts, and then the guest post title will be like best VPN for Canadians 2024 or best VPN for iPhone Canada, shit like that. You know, it's like a long tail version of your target keyword, and you kind of use that as, I want to say a parasite, but it's not exactly a parasite. But your main goal is to try to rank your guest post on their site, because links with traffic are way more valuable than links without traffic. But yeah, that's pretty much like a quick little growth hack that I like to do with guest posts. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys like today's episode, could you just comment guest posts for the YouTube algorithm? I know this is pretty quick. If there's anything you guys want me to go into a deep dive on, let me know and I'll do it. But yeah, I'll spend the next 5 minutes answering your questions from the day before. If you guys have any questions at all on today's episode, drop them in the comment section below. Thank you. All right, thanks for the comment, Copy Samurai. Thanks for the comment, Corey. What's going on? John, how's it going? He's asking me, how many sites do I have in my PBN? Might as well sell links if you're not using it. I used to have a 300 site network and would be surprised with what you can get away with as far as linking. I think we're at like 100 something sites. It's completely gone unused. But some of the sites actually have traffic. So we'll see. Noam asks, regarding the OnlyFans, can you share what you do? Do you manage model accounts or is it something else? I've answered this a couple times, but sure. OnlyFans, how it works is pretty much we rank for OnlyFans keywords, and then pretty much just a listicle. For example, best Asian OnlyFans, and then we just link out to agencies and networks, etc., etc. Tiffany, how's it going? Thanks for the comment. J Rob, I'm starting an e-commerce store with my brother right now, and I'm building a WordPress blog for it. I have about 120 keywords ranking, none of them on the first page. I know you talked about backlinks, citations, PBNs, etc. Do those only pertain to rank and rent pages, or is it applicable to niche affiliate blogs as well? I want to avoid getting clapping emoji. Good question. The links, on the link front, I would watch the video where I talk about how to build links on a brand new site. I think that was a pretty good episode, pretty good SOP to follow for all types of sites. Hope that answers your question. Sorry I directed you to something, but it's pretty in-depth. I can't really get into it here. Thanks for your advice on the shared GSCs. By the way, yes, I still watch every episode. Thanks, I'm Hella G. Steve stole his Steve kind of budged his way through the line, but when is the best time to display ads on your website? Should I join Ezoic or wait for Mediavine or Raptor? Thanks. Appreciate the comment. I would say, number one, don't use Ezoic because fuck those guys. Fuck the CEO. Fuck pretty much them in general. But I would just use AdSense. I still have some shit on Ezoic, and they're still paying me. And I think it's just the uplift you get versus AdSense isn't enough to justify dealing with their shitty software. Joshua says, man, how long does Sandbox? ? I did everything on page, off page. 12 months is unimaginable. It's getting clicks on Bing though, but it looks dead on Google. We can dissect this, Josh. How many articles did you post? What does your site look like? What's your link building strategy? Are you targeting too competitive of keywords? What's like your keyword difficulty on those keywords? But yeah, I think I can't really comment on the Sandbox unless I know how like your tactic. But most of the time, I don't believe there is a Sandbox anymore because, yeah, I've seen AI sites rank in like a week. All right, fresh. Freddie, how's it going? Taking some action with my digital products. I've joined the advice community. There's some great stuff going on in there. I know, it's pretty fucking sick. I actually find myself reading it and checking it out when I'm like fucking supposed to be traveling. Just dropped my first question on the SEO channel. Thanks for your message. I'll check it out later. Mad Mans says, were you coming to New Zealand too, specifically Christchurch? Yes, I am. If you want to grab coffee, hit me up on Twitter and let's grab coffee. I would love to meet as many of you weirdos as possible. Oakman88. You mentioned in a previous video that ranking in German would be easy. Yes. I have several niche websites in other European languages, and I'm wondering if there's anything specific you would do to rank when competing in non-English SERPs as opposed to English SERPs, because foreign SERPs work on an older algo than English. Yes, correct. For example, can you go harder on link building or anchor text or any other black hat tips or tricks that wouldn't work in English SERPs but would be okay in foreign SERPs? Yes. Pretty much you can go... Long story short is you can go fucking heavy into link building in foreign niches and it's Gucci. It's easy. You won't get penalized. There's no like, what I found personally, at least in the last couple of years, is there's no over optimization in foreign niches because I don't think they've figured that out yet, but they'll probably figure it out. So don't get fucking clapped. That's all the time I have for today. As you can see, sun's coming out. Got to go explore. Gotta check out the area. But drop a question in the comment section and I'll see you guys tomorrow.